Evening, ladies and gentlemen. Cripple Tales 5 coming at you again. Uh, and, you know, coming at you with that, uh, things that I miss as far as having, you know, these disabilities that I do. Um, I miss being able to read books in particular. Um, that's something I really love to do. I miss being able to read, sleep symbols. I can't do that anymore because my vision is, for lack of a better term, crap. Um, and I'm wondering, in your particular cases, uh, what do what are things that that you once had, um, or, I guess there's a difference in um, growing up with a disability your entire life and all of a sudden becoming disabled or handicapped or crippled or whatever term you wish to use. And many of these terms are politically incorrect. However, in my particular case, I use these as dictionary examples, meaning that I use them in the proper terminology rather than insults, which they are not. They are intended to be used as a proper term within a dictionary. For example, the term crippled means you have a hard time walking or you cannot walk at all due to paralysis, for example, due to atrophy. And in my case, I have a hard time walking because of that. And I truly do miss being able to walk long distances. Um, I can't do this without severely hurting myself. I have I guess you could say, atrophic paralysis. In other words, atrophy being weakness, and this isn't true paralysis. And the fact that I still have feeling within this part of my body, being my right side, I have just lack of muscle tone in my forearm, in my arm, in my shoulder, and all the way down the right hemisphere of my body. And so, because of that, I have to wear a leg brace in which forces my foot to become on a straight line. However, 30 years of abuse without this has caused my left uh, femur and my left knee to become inflamed if I walk long distances. And being legally blind, I can't drive. And so that's another thing that I miss. I mean, I couldn't drive to begin with because I was legally blind when I was younger, and I became legally blind again as I aged. And so I never had that free experience of being able to go where I needed to when I needed to, or where I wanted to when I wanted to, other than being able to walk short distances to neighbors' houses and things of that nature. Um, and it's a really difficult thing to do, uh, to learn how to um, adapt a second time, especially because this is more severity is much higher. In this case, I can't read street signs. Beforehand, I could. When I was much younger, I was able to read street signs. I was able to navigate the neighborhood uh, well enough. And now, in a way, the technology has been uh, astronomically going in the right direction and allowed me to uh, restore some of the abilities that I wasn't able to gain when I was younger. And one of my questions to all of you is, if you have, uh, if you've lost an ability to what I would term as acquired disabilities, for example, any kind of vehicle crash, any kind of accident, however you wish to term this, with any kind of accident that had you have some degree more severe than before of a disability in which it limited your locomotion, it limited your movement, it limited your, should I say, physical freedom, and you having to rely upon Metropolitan Transit Authority, Uber, Lyft, any other method of transit than that. I mean, let's say you could drive before, but you can't do it anymore, and you, I mean, how did you adapt to that particular severe change? And once again, as mentioned previously, I would sincerely appreciate your opinions on this particular matter, as well as any sort of comments, any sort of differentiation of opinion. And also, I'm more than willing and able to connect with you on FaceTime or some other video technology that we can talk face to face about this. And I think that is going to be very beneficial for both of us, for both parties. Uh, but once again, uh, I do sincerely appreciate the time, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you. No, no, no.